There will be a moment when your dog does not sit where he used to sit. He does not follow you into the next room. He does not rest at your feet. He chooses a little more space. Not far, just enough for you to notice. And when that happens, something inside you shifts too, because distance feels louder than barking. If you leave this now, you might miss the one truth that explains why this happens and what it really means for your bond. Every time your dog creates distance, it is communication, not rebellion, not punishment, not rejection. Communication. Dogs do not create space randomly. They create space when something inside them needs regulation. Physical distance is emotional language, and most people misunderstand it. Stay with me carefully, because once you understand this, you will never chase your dog's attention the same way again. And if this kind of deep psychological decoding speaks to you, subscribe to Paw Presence, because this channel exists for people who want to truly understand their dog, not just control behavior. Now, breathe for a second and think about the last time your dog moved away from you. Maybe you were sitting on the couch and he chose the floor instead. Maybe you walked into the room and he did not follow. Maybe he used to wait outside the bathroom door and now he doesn't. Your first instinct might have been fear. Has the bond weakened? Did I do something wrong? Is he upset? But distance is not always a broken bond. Sometimes it is emotional processing. Dogs live through nervous systems, not logic. When the environment feels slightly unpredictable, slightly tense, slightly overstimulating, they regulate by adjusting proximity. If energy rises, they increase space. If energy softens, they reduce space. Distance is a regulator. And here's something most people never consider. Dogs do not only respond to what you say, they respond to how your body feels. Your breathing, your tone, your speed, your tension, even your silence. If your internal state has been unsettled, even quietly, your dog may create space to stabilize himself. It does not mean he loves you less, it means he is managing input. Think of it this way. When you are overwhelmed, you step back from noise. You step back from intensity. Your dog does the same. Now let's go deeper. There is a difference between emotional independence and emotional withdrawal. Emotional independence looks calm. Your dog may rest in another corner of the room but remain relaxed, body loose, breathing steady, ears soft. That kind of distance is secure. It means your dog trusts the environment enough to not monitor you constantly. Emotional withdrawal looks different. The body stiffens slightly, movements become cautious, eye contact reduces, proximity shortens but tension increases. That kind of distance signals uncertainty. The key is not the space, the key is the body language inside the space. Every time your dog creates distance, ask yourself gently, what changed in the environment? Not dramatically, subtly. New routine, raised voice, faster movements, less patience, more distraction. Dogs track micro-patterns. Even emotional absence can create space. If you've been physically present but mentally elsewhere, your dog feels that division. Presence is not just being in the room, it is nervous system alignment. Dogs bond through co-regulation. When you're grounded, they settle. When you're tense, they scan. When you're emotionally unclear, they recalibrate distance. Distance is recalibration. There is also something else happening beneath the surface: attachment styles. Dogs form attachment styles just like humans. Some are securely attached. They can move away and return easily. Some are anxiously attached. They stay close, almost glued. And some lean avoidant. They love deeply but regulate through space. If your dog begins creating more distance than usual, it may be an adaptive response to emotional signals he cannot fully interpret. Not because he is detaching, because he is stabilizing. And this is where most owners make a mistake. They chase. They call repeatedly. They follow. They demand eye contact. They try to close the space quickly. But pressure increases distance. When space is created for regulation, forcing closeness can reinforce the need for more space. It becomes a cycle. Instead of chasing, observe. Notice where your dog chooses to position himself. Does he still stay in the same room? Does he orient his body toward you even if he's a few feet away? Does he remain aware of your movement? These details matter more than inches. Sometimes distance is not about you at all. It can be about internal state changes in your dog. Age shifts behavior. Hormonal changes shift sensitivity. Pain can create temporary withdrawal. Even growth in confidence can reduce clinginess. As dogs mature, secure attachment sometimes looks like independence. He does not follow you everywhere because he trusts you will return. That is not loss. That is stability. But if the shift feels sudden, emotionally heavy, and paired with other changes, look deeper. Was there a moment recently where energy escalated, a sharp correction, a stressful event? Dogs don't hold grudges the way humans do, but they do remember emotional intensity. And emotional intensity lingers in the nervous system. There is a powerful truth here. Dogs don't measure love by proximity, they measure safety. If safety feels intact, space can exist without threat. I want you to think about this carefully. When your dog moves away, what do you feel first? Anxiety? Hurt? Frustration? If you react from that feeling, your energy shifts, and your dog feels that shift immediately. Distance plus emotional reaction equals more distance. Distance plus calm awareness equals reconnection. Halfway through this, I want you to pause and reflect honestly. The last time your dog created space, did you respond with pressure or patience? If this is helping you see the pattern clearly, take a quiet second to like this video. Not for numbers, but as a reminder that awareness is stronger than reaction. Now, let's explore something subtle. There are moments when distance is actually an invitation. Yes, invitation. When a dog moves slightly away but stays within sight, he may be testing emotional safety, not rejecting. Testing. Will you respect the space or will you chase it? Respect builds trust faster than control. Sit down, lower your height, slow your breathing. Do not call his name. Do not extend your hand immediately. Let the environment settle. Dogs return to calm energy, and when they return, the proximity often feels deeper than before. But here's the part most people never hear. Sometimes distance reflects your own internal disconnection. If you've been distracted by your phone, stressed by work, emotionally distant from yourself, your dog may mirror that distance physically. Dogs synchronize with emotional frequency. If your energy has pulled back, his may too. This is not blame. This is alignment. Dogs do not leave emotionally without signal. They adjust. Watch for subtle signs. Even when he sits farther away, does he still sigh when you sigh? Does he still reposition when you move? Does he still soften when your voice softens? These are connection threads. True emotional withdrawal looks colder, body angled away fully, ears back, movement delayed, tension sustained. Secure distance looks relaxed, neutral, calm. And there is one more layer. Space can be growth. When attachment matures, the constant need for closeness reduces. Just like children grow from holding hands to walking independently, dogs sometimes move from constant proximity to quiet confidence. The relationship did not weaken, it evolved. In the next part, we'll break down exactly how to tell whether your dog's distance signals stress, maturity, emotional regulation, or something deeper. And more importantly, how to respond in a way that strengthens trust instead of chasing reassurance. Stay present. When your dog creates distance, your response becomes the turning point. The first step is internal. Before you move toward him, regulate yourself. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Relax your shoulders. Release urgency. Dogs sense urgency like a signal flare. If your energy says, "Come back, something is wrong," your dog may feel the tension and increase space. If your energy says, "I am steady, I am safe," space begins to dissolve naturally. Now observe the body. If the body is loose, tail neutral, breathing slow, eyes soft but indirect, this is likely secure independence. Do not interrupt it. Let him choose proximity on his own. If the body shows stiffness, reduced eye contact, lowered head with tension in the jaw, cautious movement, this signals emotional caution. In that case, Reduce stimulation. Lower your voice. Remove pressure. There is a quiet technique that rebuilds safety faster than calling repeatedly. Sit down in the same room without looking directly at him. Turn your body slightly sideways. Soften your gaze. Speak less. Allow silence. Silence can feel threatening to humans. To dogs, calm silence feels stabilizing. Over time, you may notice something subtle. He inches closer, not dramatically, slowly. That is trust testing the air. Do not celebrate loudly. Do not rush. Stay steady. Consistency repairs distance. Create small rituals, 5 minutes each evening sitting together quietly. Short, calm walks without phone distractions. Gentle brushing without commands. Routine anchors safety. If distance began after a specific incident, repair with softness. Structure without intensity. Guide without sharpness. Dogs understand boundaries. They struggle with emotional unpredictability. There is also the importance of medical awareness. If distance is paired with lethargy, pain signals, appetite changes, or unusual behavior, consult a professional. Love includes responsibility. But in most cases, emotional distance is not abandonment. It is adjustment. Adjustment to your energy, adjustment to environment, adjustment to growth. I want to say something that may feel uncomfortable but necessary. Sometimes we use our dogs to regulate our own emotions. We seek their closeness when we feel lonely. When they create distance, it exposes our own insecurity. Your dog is not rejecting you. He may simply be asking for emotional clarity. The strongest bonds are not built on constant closeness. They are built on mutual safety. And here's something powerful. When you stop chasing proximity and start offering steadiness, dogs often return with deeper trust than before. Distance handled calmly strengthens attachment. If you have stayed with this until now, you are not someone looking for quick tricks. You are someone who wants to understand your dog at a psychological level. If this perspective helped you see distance differently, share it with someone who might be misreading their dog's space. Paw presence is here for conversations most people overlook. The next time your dog chooses a different spot in the room, do not panic. Do not assume loss. Sit, breathe, observe, adjust your energy. Watch what happens. Because every time your dog creates distance, it is not the end of connection. It is the beginning of deeper understanding.